Today we are going to do lesson 24, which is solving systems of equations using the elimination method. So far what we have done is we have solved these equations by graphing them, by using Cramer's rule, and by substitution. Now we're going to use the elimination method today. Your first step is to make sure that x and y are on the same side. If they are not, you need to get them there. So this top one, we need to move this negative 4y to the other side. So 2x plus 4y equals 2. Bottom one, we need to move the x over. So negative x plus 4y equals negative 7. Now, it's called elimination for a reason. We want to add or subtract these two equations by eliminating one of the variables. Well, sometimes what we have to do is we have to multiply either one of the equations or both of them by a number to make either the x's or the y's go away. Well, you can do it one of two ways. We could multiply this whole bottom equation by 2, and then when we do that, we end up with this system of equations. Alright, and then if we were to add these together, well, the x's are going to go away there. And then we have 12y equals, it would be nice if I could take 7 times 2 to actually get negative 14 there, because this should equal negative 12. And then our y value is going to equal negative 1. Now that's one thing that we could have done here. The other thing that we could have done, instead of multiplying by 2, we could have multiplied either one of these equations by a negative 1. Alright, and if we did that to the bottom, we would end up with this system. And then if we add these together, the y's go away. So we've got 3x equals 9, x ends up being 3. Now you don't have to do substitution both times, one way to solve for x, the other way to solve for y. I just wanted to show you that you could do this system two different ways to get an answer really, really quick. From here, you just need to do substitution. So if we're going to use x equals 3 here, I would plug that in over here. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Divide the 4 over, so y has to equal negative 1. Or I could put the negative 1 in here. 2 plus 4 is 6. Divide by 2, x equals 3. So either way, we end up with the right answer. But just remember, when you're doing elimination, you don't have to do both of these eliminations. You only have to do one. But it doesn't matter which variable you eliminate first. Main thing though is you have to get started right. X and y have to be on the same side. So normally what we do is we like to have this x and y on the left side. That's fine. We're just going to flip this equation side to side. So 9x plus 8y equals negative 7. And then down here we need to move the 2y over and the negative 5 over. So we would subtract the 2y and we would add 5. Well, here's another one of those where we could do it either way. Let's say that I want to eliminate the y's. And the reason why I'd eliminate the y's, I've already got my signs to be different. If I multiply this by 4, then that should make it fairly easy to eliminate here. So 4x minus 8y equals 20. Y's go away. 13x equals 13. Well, x has to equal 1 here. From there, I'm going to substitute that right into this equation here. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Divide by 2, y has to equal negative 2. So our answer is 1, negative 2. Check this just to make sure. 9 minus 16 is negative 7. Negative 4 equals negative 4. So there we go. There's our answer. All right, next page. All right, Same steps still. We've got to get x and y on the same side. Well, this is one, especially when it's set up like this, I would really think about doing substitution instead of elimination. If you were to solve this for x, we would multiply both sides by 3/2, and then we'd end up with x equals 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 2 is 6. We've got 6y, so then we could substitute this right in there for x. So 9 equals 2 times 6y minus 3y. 9 equals 12y minus 3y is 9y. Y has to equal 1. And then if we plug that in here for y, well then x has to equal 6. That's the fastest, easiest way possible for this one. You could still do elimination for this one. We just have to move the 4y over, and then we would add the two equations together there. All right, but you would still get the same answer. All right, our next one. We've got x and y on the same side for the top one, which is perfect. The bottom one, though, we've got to move that 6y over. So 9x minus 6y equals negative 15. We'll say I want to eliminate the x's here. I need to multiply this by 3. So we've got negative 9x plus 6y equals 15. And rewriting the second equation, now when I add these together, gone, gone, and gone. 0 equals 0. That means the two equations are the same. That means we have infinite solutions here. Alright, next page. Alright, you've got a word problem to do pretty much the same thing. Tamara and her sister bought school supplies. Tamara bought 5 spiral notebooks and 6 book covers for $10.75. We can make an equation out of that. Her sister bought 4 spiral notebooks and 5 book covers for $8.75. There's another equation. Find the cost for each spiral notebook and each book cover. So, say we did N for notebook and C for book cover. And then we can write our equation. Well, we've got 5N plus 6C equals 10.75, and 4N plus 5C equals 8.75. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit more of a mess because we cannot just multiply one of these equations by something. We're going to have to multiply both equations by different numbers here. So let's say that we try to eliminate the n first. That means we need to have both of these be the same. Well, I'm going to multiply this top one by 4 then. This would give me a positive 20. I would need to multiply by something down here to get us a negative 20, which would mean multiplying by a negative 5. So 20n plus 24c equals $43. And then negative 20n minus 25c equals negative, let's see what that is, 5 times 8.75 gives us 43.75. So then when we add these together, those go away. We've got a negative c equals negative 0.75. We'll multiply both sides by a negative 1. We get c equals 75 cents. From there, we can just do substitution. Throw this 75 cents maybe in there. So we would take 6 times 0.75 to get 4.5. 10.75 minus 4.5 gives us 6.25. Divide that by 5. We get our notebooks to equal $1.25. Alright, and you can throw both of those into the other equation too to see that that also works. Any questions, please let me know.